Technology isn't changing the way we live. It's pretty much taking over our lives, especially when it comes to social media. Ever catch yourself reaching for your phone like it's a reflex, only to realize you're 47 minutes deep into a TikTok rabbit hole? Yeah, you're not alone. We're not just living with technology, we're living in it. It's like the plot of a sci-fi movie, except we're all the main characters and no one warned us about the sequel. The question is, do we actually realize what we're giving up in exchange for all this connectivity? Or are we just too busy scrolling to notice? Let's rewind for a second and look how we got here. Remember when fast food and sugary cereals were the MVPs of our diets? The marketing geniuses behind those bright colored boxes and jingles knew just how to hook us in. But eventually we wised up. We started reading labels and realized that maybe, just maybe, eating candy for breakfast wasn't the healthiest choice. Social media is basically the digital equivalent of those sugary cereals. These platforms have nailed the art of keeping us glued to our screens with endless scrolling and algorithms that know us better than we know ourselves. And trust me, I'm feeling this on a whole new level as a dad. My 9-month-old is already fascinated by screens, and he'll drop everything, even his bottle, just to stare at a TV. At this rate, he'll be swiping left before he can learn to say daddy. Research keeps telling us that heavy social media use is linked to anxiety, depression, and the kind of loneliness that makes you wonder if anyone even liked your last post. We're all chasing after these perfectly filtered lives that everyone else seems to be living, even though deep down, we know it's all just smoke and mirrors. It's a lot like our relationships with food. We had to learn the hard way that whatever we put in our bodies matter. And now we got to start thinking the same way about what we're feeding our minds. It's not just about how much time we spend online. It's about what that time is doing to us. Are we really connecting, or are we just consuming content that leaves us feeling more disconnected than ever? And here's a thought. How do you think these tech execs that create these addictive platforms handle things at home? Are they letting their kids spend hours glued to an iPad? I'm willing to bet they're not. These folks know exactly how the sausage is made, and you can bet they're making sure their own families don't overdose on screen time. And don't even get me started about the big tech companies. Apple, Google, they got us all on the hook with their screen time and digital well-being features. Oh sure, they'll help you track your usage and even set limits if you're feeling extra disciplined. But I'll say it again. Let's not kid ourselves. These lame-ass companies want you to stay hooked. The more time you spend on your device, the more data they collect, and the more money they rake in. It's like selling you junk food and offering you a diet plan on the side. The plan might work, but they're counting on you sneaking a snack now and then. And just wait, if you think we're glued to our screens now, just imagine what's coming. Virtual reality and augmented reality are right around the corner, ready to suck us deeper into a digital vortex. It's like going from soda to energy drinks, more intense, more addictive, and even harder to put down. So let me try to bring this all together. We're living in a world where technology is woven into every part of our lives. On one hand, it's incredible. We can connect with anyone, anywhere, at any time. But on the flip side, it's a double-edged sword. Just like we had to rethink our relationship with food, we need to start rethinking our relationship with technology. And yeah, I get the irony. I'm using social media to spread this message about the dangers of social media. There's definitely some good that comes from these platforms. They can connect us, educate us, and give us a voice. But we can't ignore the darker side that's quietly taking over. It's all about finding that balance. We've got to be more intentional about how we use technology, recognizing both the benefits and the risk. At the end of the day, this all points to a bigger issue, the gap between the unprivileged consumers, who often don't know any better, and the creators of these products, who absolutely know what's better for their lives and the lives of their kids. It's time that we start thinking more critically, asking the tougher questions, and having the conversations that matter. In my humble opinion, it's time to rethink, reconnect, and reclaim our relationship with technology.